Today, the price of Bitcoin closed the CME gap that was at $23,260 about here on the chart and then proceeded to drop further to the downside. Currently, Bitcoin's price is trading at $22,700, there or thereabouts. And today, I'm going to tell you what I'm expecting from the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum over the next 24, 48 hours. Are we headed for a dump, or is Bitcoin going to continue rallying to the upside? My current thoughts are essentially, when looking at the current prices, things are not as bad as what they may seem. People are too quick to be bearish again, given the kind of market situation that we've experienced over the past kind of 12 months. It doesn't surprise me that at the first sign that Bitcoin's price comes back down a little bit, you see everybody calling for $8,000, $12,000. You know, it happens all the time in the world of crypto. But on this channel, we don't jump to conclusions and we give rational analysis on the price of Bitcoin, which is why, if you wouldn't mind, please do drop a like on today's video. We are trying to get 700 likes on this video, so please do help me with that. It also greatly kind of boost YouTube's algorithm for this channel, so I would really appreciate that. Also, we are trying to get 100,000 subscribers on this channel this year, so please do consider subscribing to the channel as well, especially if you are new. If you're wondering why I'm not wearing my typical attire when it comes to black t-shirt and that, it's because today, again, why am I posting at 10 o'clock at night? Because today I spent all day at a racetrack testing out my car for next year, or rather this year, because we're currently entering into the mini challenge championship, and that requires just an awful lot of testing. It is hard work driving these race cars, and I had to drive 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and 7 hours on the track today. So it's been a very long day for me, and I've kind of missed a lot of the action today. So right now, I'm going to catch up on everything that we missed. So first things first, of course, the price of Bitcoin came down today. We actually just hit this level of support that you can see here we've tested in the past. It's also important to point out that we have now touched the bottom of the VWAP on the price of Bitcoin, and it's flashing a buy signal. I pointed this out earlier. We proceeded to trend to the downside, but we're flashing again on the VWAP, and this is indicating a very strong buy signal right now on the price of Bitcoin. It's for this reason that I've just bought about $300,000 of Ethereum, because again, the VWAP is flashing on Ethereum just as it is for Bitcoin, but I didn't hold enough Ethereum, and I thought, you know what, it's time to increase my Ethereum holding. So yeah, I just bought a bunch of Ethereum at these prices that you see on the screen right here. So given Bitcoin's current pricing, given this downwards action, can I just put it into perspective for a second? This is the first time Bitcoin's price has had a down day in a long time. And I see so much negativity on the internet saying, oh, Bitcoin's this. No. It's been an amazing time. We've had a slight retrace because the CME gap caused us to go down in price this morning, close that CME gap, and then since then we've trended to the downside for the rest of the day. No great surprise there, especially when you check on what's going on the stock market. Like, this is the price of Bitcoin, but look what happened to the price of Tesla today. And anyway, Tesla's price has rallied up significantly recently, from about $100 per share to about $180 per share, up about 80% during this period of time. It's had its first down day. Tesla is down about 6% so far today, and throughout the entire markets you'll see today, pretty red day on the whole. A lot of this is to do with the fact that the DXY is up today. The DXY bounced just a little bit, and if the DXY is to continue rallying to the upside, then it could mean that we get kind of this bear market rally, whatever you want to call it, cut short just a little bit. But it's too early to jump to conclusions, and we've not lost levels of support yet that I want to point out to you right now. So what are the levels of which you need to be watching on the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum right now? We're looking at the current price of Bitcoin. We actually have some pretty clear levels, but they are on lower time frames, likely hourly. On the hourly, we've got a pretty clear level here. Look, if we're to lose this level here that I've pointed out in previous videos at $22,300, I will feel significantly more bearish than what I currently do. But as it sits right now, we are trading currently above that level. The VWAP is flashing a buy. I listened to it for the past few weeks, and it's been pretty gosh darn accurate so far. So I don't want to change my theory just because we came down just a little bit on the price of Bitcoin. In fact, I'm seeing this as an opportunity rather than anything else right now. And I believe that actually what we're probably going to see at this point in time is an increase. I've not checked it yet, so I'm going to cover that on the live stream that I'm doing just after I post this video. But what I would have expected to see at this point in time is a significant increase in the amount of short positions that are opening at these levels. And then I would expect to squeeze those short positions to the upside as we continue trending upwards. Ultimately, trend is your friend. And the recent trend on Bitcoin is very obvious and very clear to see. As it is, we're bull flagging outwards, kind of. At the same time, we've kind of got an inverse head and shoulders pattern. But really, the key thing here is, look, we've not lost this level of support. We lose this level of support, we drop down to the next level of support. The next level of support sitting at $21,250 there or thereabouts. I would be willing to short Bitcoin if it lost this level of support and closed an hourly candle below it. But it's not done that yet. And so for me, nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing other than people that are over leveraged getting a little bit too emotional about a slight decline in the price of Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. It's of no great surprise that we came down and closed that CME gap. But ultimately, I think that because Bitcoin's price was pretty high, of course, you had a lot of people expecting further highs, and that just wasn't going to happen today. However, right now, it does look like a very good time to be averaging in to a Bitcoin position right now, and that's what I've done over the past 24 hours. Now, also looking at the price of Ethereum, Ethereum's price again is down today. It peaked up here about $1,670. It has since declined now to about $1,548. Hence why I bought more Ethereum today. I feel bullish on the crypto markets. I missed a lot of the noise that you see on Twitter and the internet at the moment, and I've not watched anybody else's content because it's been a very busy day. So from my perspective right now, the market still looks very good. And yeah, I just ignore the noise. That's one of the key tips for becoming a successful crypto trader. Ignore the noise and trust yourself more often than what you trust other people. It's a pretty good piece of advice that like it stands you in pretty good stead. Other things I wanted to point out to you would be that, look, Phantom is also touching the bottom of the VWAP right now. Phantom is a trade that we took the other day. That trade is still about $8,000 in a profit. I'm just not logged in on my computer and I've rushed home to make this video. So I'll be covering this again on the live stream in just a few moments, but we are currently bull penning outwards on the price of Phantom. And look, if Phantom's price is to lose this level of support here at 44 cents, it will likely drop down back to around 40 cents. In fact, it could possibly drop as low as this control line here at 33 cents. I just don't expect that unless we lose various different levels of support. And as of it right now, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And so I maintain my bullish stance on Phantom and the Phantom trade in general. At the same time, of course, you see just a massive red on the crypto markets today. So the other thing that I want to discuss is Glmr. Glmr, I believe the opportunity is significant right now. Glmr being MOONBEAM. MOONBEAM's price currently being 43 cents. We're getting a bullish retest off of the outside of a long-term level of support, or rather its resistance turn support, because every time we've hit it in the past, we've been rejected to the downside, rejected to the downside, rejected to the downside, and then broke above it. And now we're back at the downside, retesting this. Now, I would say, look, and I've said this in the past, look, if we don't get that bullish retest, then ultimately the market is probably going to crash pretty hard at some point in time, because generally prices don't move in straight lines, and prices, when they do break out, they tend to break out and then come down and retest previous levels of support before continuing the upwards move. And from my perspective, that's what happens when you're coming out of a bear market. People take profits all of a sudden. So from my perspective, again, the market is not bearish right now. And I feel pretty positive about where the entire cryptocurrency market is heading. On another note, of course, what is currently going on with the price of TAP? Well, TAP's current price is set at 68 Satoshis. The order book on the sell side, pretty thin. The order book on the buy side, pretty thin. So on the whole, TAP is maintaining its price very well at this 68 Satoshi level. And I expect that later this week, we start to see the price of TAP moving upwards quite significantly for a number of different reasons that we can get into slightly later on in the week. But of course, if you are still holding TAP and you are excited about the project and you have downloaded the application, or if you haven't already downloaded the application, download it. You'll find a link at the top of today's video description. But if you have, let me know what you're thinking of it. If you have any suggestions for improvements, I'm sure the team would like to hear about that in the comment section below. So please do that. Drop a like on today's video. Thank you all very much for watching, and join me on the live stream in just a few moments' time when I've changed out of these clothes that I've been in ever since I changed out of my racing suit. I am pretty tired right now, but I'm committed to the cause. So do drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the live stream in a bit. Goodbye.